Hello and welcome to the... Hold on a sec. I gotta watch this one more time. Nice. Hello and welcome to the 2014 Warren Fantasy Football League show. It's with mixed emotions that we bring this very exciting chapter of our lives to a close. As a league, we voted to end the Dynasty Era of the league. This show will cover the new rules, go over some of the stats from the last 18 years, and take a brief and very tear-jerking trip down memory lane. If the videos playing in the background don't get you pumped up for this NFL season, then we can't be friends. Here are the new rules for the 2014 season as was voted on at the end of the season meeting last year. The owners: Dave and Gus Kurtz, Mike Jr. and Sr., Cam, John Ennis, me, Paul Sigwart, Eric, Mike Young, Mitch Warren, John Lynch, with John Ennis as our new commissioner. 2014 draft day. No players are kept from any team using a snake draft. Following years, 4 for 4. Each team can keep 4 players for no more than 4 years, then that player must be put back into the draft. If a player is traded, the 4-year limit still applies. If he's picked up off waivers, the 4-year limit is reset unless the original owner picks up the same guy. Draft day will be at a restaurant. The league will pay out the dues starting 2015. League fees $50. Transactions are $1. $180 for the website, $250 for champion, $100 for the Super Bowl runner-up, and $50 for each playoff team. 2014 waiver wire is set to the draft order, but in reverse. First 2 weeks, waiver wire goes by draft order. 12th draft pick equals first waiver wire pick. After that, it goes by the records. Scoring. Passing TDs are 6 points, 1 point for every 25 yards passing, no bonus. Rushing and receiving, 6 points for rushing and receiving TDs, 1 point for every 10 yards rushed or received. Kicking, 1 point for extra points, 3 points for a field goal 49 or less, 5 points for field goals 50 yards or more. Defense, 1 point for fumble recovery, 1 point for interception, and 1 point for sacks. 6 points for defensive TDs. 4-point bonus only applies to offensive TDs. These are the win totals since 1996. The top 5 teams are John Ennis, 130, 93 and 3, 57.5%. Paul, 112, 83 and 1, 57.1%. Senior, 123, 101 and 1, 54.7%. Dave Kurtz, 86, 65 and 6, 54.6%. Rob and Josh, 68, 56 and 3, 53.9%. Teams 6 through 10. Mike Jr., 117, 104 and 4, 52%. Mitch, 99, 96 and 2, 50.3%. John Lynch, 95, 98 and 3, 48.4%. Dave Smith, 101, 107 and 3, 47.8%. Mike Young, 59, 64 and 3, 46.8%. The least 2 successful teams. Me, 91, 129 and 4, 40.6%. And Eric, 46, 78 and 2, 36.5%. Cam's only had 2 years under his belt. First year doesn't count. He's 7 and 7, 50%. These totals are not 100% accurate. Sometimes I confuse John Ennis with John Heim, but that's the best I can do using the archives and the website for the data I use today. It's not about the wins, it's about the rings. 6 teams have 1 ring each. Rob and Josh, Mike Young, Rich Bell, Marty Warren, Mike Jr., and Paul Sigwart. 1 Super Bowl each. 1 team with 2 rings, Mitch Warren, 2002 and 1999. 1 team with 3 rings, Dave Kurtz, 2013, 2009, tied with Senior, and 2005. There's only been 1 tie in all the Super Bowls. 2 teams with 4 rings, Mike Senior and Tyler, and John Ennis. Too many years to say, so just look at the screen. We've had 18 Super Bowls. In 2009, Mike Senior and Dave Kurtz tied in the Super Bowl, so each team was credited with a win. 4 guys have won almost 70% of the championships over the 18-year period. The four guys who have dominated the Super Bowl are John Ennis and Mike Sr. with 4, Dave Kurtz with 3, Mitch Warren with 2. That means 4 guys have won 13 of the 19 championships. No one in 18 seasons has achieved an undefeated season. John Ennis came close in 2010 with a 13-1 record. No one has ever lost every game either. Most people won't remember this, but in 1996 I was 1-12-1. Warren Moon had a great season the previous season. It was completely logical for me to assume he was going to have another great season. Everybody thought Warren Moon was going to have a great season. I'm not sensitive about it, I'm just saying. There have been some other funny moments in this league. Let's not forget 1998 when Mitch drafted Peyton Manning with the #1 pick and Paul drafted Ryan Leaf with the 2nd pick. Remember when Dave Smith had Barry Sanders in his prime? Then Barry Sanders retired suddenly. Do you remember when Dave Smith had Ricky Williams in his prime? Then he retired suddenly. Does anybody remember when the star of my team, my #1 guy, Rudy Johnson, got cut the day before the draft? Does anybody remember me trading my 1st and 2nd round pick to Eric so I could move up 1 spot to draft Ryan Matthews? Does anybody remember I didn't have to trade up at all because Eric wasn't going to take Ryan Matthews anyway? He needed a quarterback. This is what the 1996 Super Bowl team looked like. Mike Sr.'s team. This is what the worst team in NFL history, in WFFL history looked like. My team, 1996.